Good afternoon, everybody. It's great to see everyone here. I want to thank you for coming. I want to extend a special thanks to Citibank, our presenting sponsor. Thank you for making this happen. I also want to thank Fidelity National Title, who's set up a table outside to show off our new real estate auxiliary, and the EARN staff and board, who worked really hard to put on this luncheon, and in particular, Amanda Bird, Sarah Sullivan, and Rosita Toilolo. Thank you for your hard work. And of course, I want to recognize some of the elected officials who are here today. Treasurer Jose Cisneros, thank you very much, a great champion for asset building. I also think the assessor recorder is either here or on his way. Phil Ting, thank you. And representatives from the offices of Senator Barbara Boxer and Assemblymember Mark Leno, and a lot of members of the San Francisco City family. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to begin my comments by underscoring something that David just said. He talked about today as a celebration, and it really is. This is what we're here to do. We're here to celebrate because you're going to be inspired when you hear from our outstanding savers today. You're going to hear from a new Bay Area homeowner. You're going to hear from a young woman who started a nonprofit organization to serve foster youth, and a mother who's on her way to becoming a doctor. But you need to know that the three people you're going to hear from today have overcome some really tough odds to stand here and tell their stories. And in order to help everyone understand just how significant their achievements are, I'm going to spend a few moments to talk about the context they had to struggle through in order to succeed. And I want to be clear about something. This was not an easy journey for any one of them. Now, I'm sure that everybody here grapples with financial trade-offs in your daily life. But I want you to take a moment and think about how you would grapple with those trade-offs if your household income was $20,000 a year. That's the average household income for an EARN saver when they begin with us. The odds have been against these folks from the start. And to a great degree, these tough odds have been about assets, the presence or absence of assets, and what they foretell about a family's future. When people have access to home ownership, to college education, to entrepreneurship, the story of asset building for low-wage workers is a story of fairness, a story of opportunity, and a story of self-sufficiency. But when that access is missing, the story takes a different turn. This is a story that becomes about dreams that go unfulfilled, about potential that goes unmet, and about living a life in an economy that really is stacked against you. And you can't talk about this story without talking about asset policy and the role of public policy in particular. Our country has a very long history of creating public policies which actually encourage people to build assets. I'll give you a couple of examples. The GI Bill had a return of $12 for every dollar that was invested in it. And something we take completely for granted, the creation of the 30-year mortgage, that's an asset building policy. We don't even really think about it. But the prosperity that was created by these policies has not been enjoyed equally by all Americans. There is a wealth gap in this country, much larger than the income gap. And you can actually measure asset poverty as opposed to just income poverty. It's a measure of whether a family can get by at the income poverty rate for 3 months if they don't have a job. The statistics in this area are grim. I'm going to share a few of them with you. First, for every dollar in wealth that a white household has in the United States, African Americans own 11 cents in wealth. It's incredible. Second, nearly half of all the female-headed households in the United States live in asset poverty. And there are a lot of children involved in those households as well. And lastly, in our own city of San Francisco, while the income poverty rate is about 11%, the asset poverty rate is nearly 40%. These are the statistics that actually compelled EARN to launch a statewide effort called the Asset Policy Initiative of California to actually encourage the creation of public policies that would drive asset building for all low-wage workers across the state. Now, personally, when I'm confronted with data like this, it really makes me wonder how real the American dream or the California dream really are. Because behind these numbers, there are tens of millions of low-wage workers living very hard lives, struggling to get by, not getting ahead. But this really is a celebration, despite all this bad news I'm delivering. And so I'm going to actually ask you to envision something different. I want you to take a moment, and I want you to imagine what our country, what our state, what our communities would look like if 40 million low-wage workers actually had a real shot at getting ahead instead of just getting by. Take a moment and think about what your community would be like if every low-wage worker there had a chance to really craft the community as a homeowner, paying taxes that way, if they could grow the economy as a small business person, or if they could make contributions as a college graduate. Now, right here in the room, we have a number of earned savers. There's some of them who are at your tables. These are amazing people who have taken the tools that we provided and really put them to work to create prosperity across generations and for their family. Imagine what the country would look like if everyone had these tools. This is EARN's vision. Our vision is of an American dream that has integrity, opportunity, and fairness restored to it. We give life to this vision with powerful tools. We have matched savings accounts where people's savings are matched at a rate of 2 to 1. They're held in escrow, and when people are ready to invest in a home, a small business, or a college education, we help them to do that. Now, I need to tell you, though, that this match money doesn't grow on trees. As many of you know, because you represent the governments or the foundations that fund us and the individuals who provide contributions, we're always looking to raise the money we need to help the families we serve. And this is actually a great segue to talk about our first award. EARN's 2007 Assets for the Community Award goes to an extraordinary group of people in the San Francisco real estate community. They have joined together with the express purpose of growing the amount of match money that's available to local families who want to purchase homes. The idea for this group was the brainchild of 2 visionary people who are in the room today, Jennifer Davis from McGuire Real Estate, and Greg Lynn from Sotheby's International Realty. They quickly found 10 other visionaries. They formed a leadership council, and this amazing group created the EARN Real Estate Auxiliary. The auxiliary is a membership group that's made up of people who make donations to families who want to purchase homes through EARN, or even contribute a portion of the commissions that they receive when they close deals. And more importantly, though, this is a group that shares our vision. They share our vision of creating economic opportunity for every member who lives here, who's working hard to get by and get ahead. This group has set a very ambitious goal in 2007. They wanted to raise enough money to actually help 50 families make homeownership a reality. This is $100,000. Now, we're not even to June, and I have to tell you that amazingly, they've actually raised enough money to help 36 families begin this journey. So that deserves some applause, too. And to honor this, we actually have a proclamation from Mayor Gavin Newsom, who proclaims today EARN Real Estate Auxiliary today. And I'd like to ask Jen and Greg to please come to the stage and accept the award.
EARN Real Estate Auxiliary Day. I guess we can take